with power. Powered by School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking.
Hello and welcome. This is Speak with Power, your magazine television program that focuses exclusively on the art of public speaking, to teach you, to coach you, to educate you, and equip you so that you can stand and face any audience, large or small, when you are given that golden opportunity to speak in public. Speak with Power is brought to you by the School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking. My name is Ubong Isien, certified speaking professional and the Dean of the School of Eloquence. Today on the program, we've got quite a lot of good things lined up for you. First, we'll take you to our drama skit titled Jittery Bee. What happens when a young working female professional discovers that she's been called out of the blues to give a speech to guests at a function? The jitters, and how did she handle it? You'll find that out on Jittery Bee. Then, to our masterclass, I'll take you down memory lane as we go back to perhaps the first and most important module in the entire public speaking course that we teach at the School of Eloquence, Introduction to Public Speaking, the most important element as you lay the foundation and begin to build on your public speaking skills. And then we'll show you a very interesting documentary piece titled Communication Styles of Notable Nigerians. It's a collage, an interesting collection from all professionals, all individuals in politics and business, from all walks of life, who are Nigerians that have been in the spotlight at one point in time or the other. So we're looking at notable Nigerians from the past right to the present. You judge, you make your own contributions, you share your own ideas, your own perceptions as to what you observe from the snippets regarding each speaker's performance. And then finally, our public opinion. Ask clergymen once again, how do you know your audience understands your message? Well, if you're ready, get a pen and a pad. It's school time, it's learning time on Speak with Power.
Are you in governance?
You need public speaking.
Are you in business?
You need public speaking.
Are you a professional?
You need public speaking.
Now you too can learn how to overcome nervousness and speak with confidence before any audience at the School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking.
Attend our practical and training one-on-one coaching with West Africa's only certified speaking professional at any of our centers in Lagos and Abuja.
To register, call 0802 3032 066 or 0706 1606 078, or log on to our website schoolofeloquence.org. School of Eloquence,
teaching the world to speak.
This is where you are.
Yeah.
We've been looking for you everywhere. It's time for your speech.
I'll be with you shortly.
Please get ready. I'll be calling you in 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Oh my God. Why would IJ do this to me? To think that it takes me a whole week to give a regular speech, not to talk of an impromptu one. What would I do? Where would I start? To think that some of our clients, important ones, and colleagues are here. Oh my. What would I do? Where will I start? Oh God. Oh my.
Public speaking is the raw art of a speaker to audience oral communication without any accompaniment. You can put in brackets support. the raw art of speaker to audience oral communication without any accompaniment. To create a true human experience. Period. Public speaking is the raw art of a speaker, party 1, to an audience, party 2, oral communication, without any accompaniment, which is support. In fact, in some cases, interference, with a view to creating a true human experience. So think about that definition. It indicates the imperative of a bond between whom? The speaker and the audience. Bonding is implied in that definition. And if you cast your mind back to a number of the scenarios where you sat in an audience and someone was giving a speech that you were disinterested in, that didn't resonate with you. Because as far as you're concerned, the speaker was on his own or their own. But in public speaking, for the audience, it's a case of what's in it for me. To make it compelling enough for me to sit and pay attention, stay glued, try to hold on to your every word as a speaker. So to do well in public speaking, you must see it as a relationship between yourself and your audience. You must at all times. It doesn't matter if your audience is an audience of one. Anybody who wants to speak well in public must look at it relationally. There's a relationship between yourself, the speaker, and the audience. So if that informs your outlook or your thinking at all times, it makes a world of a difference. So if we take some of these narratives, factor it into how we conduct business as professionals in our various fields, it can help us to understand that it is a bond that is indicated here. Whether you speak in church, or you speak at work, or at a social gathering, do not alienate your audience. That's what this definition of public speaking is telling us. Speaker to audience. Oral communication without any accompaniment, so that we can create that true human experience. The true human experience can range from to inform the audience, to inspire, to persuade, to educate, like I'm doing now. My job in this context is to educate. If it were to be to inform, I would have just glossed over the points, and by now we'll be in our third or fourth module. So it could be to entertain, for those who may be practicing comedy, for example. Ultimately, these are variants as far as human experience, true human experiences are concerned. So one context could be to inform. Don't use an informative mentality where the goal is to persuade. That's also part of the mistake people have. You know the objective is to persuade, but you take up an informative approach. You will not get the result you're looking for. And then you feel frustrated at the end of the day. But I told them, but I made the point. But did you make it in a manner and a tonality to persuade? So these are the various, there are as many human experiences as there are many human contexts requiring communication. It's up to you, the person speaking, to understand that the goal is speaker-audience. Oral communication, indicative of a bond, a connection. And I assure you, if you can take this mindset, because that's what this definition helps us to establish, the right kind of mentality in speaking, in communication. If you take this mindset into all public speaking scenarios you find yourself in, you will create an outcome that your audience can relate to. And that's why I think it was a woman by the name Maya Angelou that said it, that captured it in the most apt of manners. She said that even if people forget what you said, they will never forget how you made them feel. There are times when you find you cannot remember what someone said exactly, but the import of what they said enabled you to retrace or trace the points they were making. That's because it was a true human experience. What they said actually impacted positively. So you'll find that public speaking is not just about, okay, they want me to say something, let me go and talk. No, it's not just talking for the sake of talking. It's not just speaking for the sake of speaking. Abraham Lincoln once said, it is better to keep silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubts. It's better sit quietly in the audience. Oh, this one has no clue. This one is a fool, has no ideas. Than for you to say, okay, I must say something. And then you open your mouth and what you say confirms. And that's the point he was saying, that you actually do not have anything up there. So the point is, don't just say something because you have to say something. Say something because you actually have something to say.
Well, as a communicator, you connect with the audience from their eye. From their eye contact, you know if they are following you or not. And another point is, if you are preaching as a minister, and if the people are following you, they tend to respond. And some of the time, those feedbacks get back to you as a communicator, then you know they are following you or not. And some of the time, you can throw some questions for them to reply. If it's a teaching, or if it's a sermon in the Anglican Communion, where you don't have that opportunity, the informal way of communication is what you watch out for. From their eye, if they are lost from their eye contact, you know they are no longer following you.
Obviously, you can see that communication is all about two-way traffic. And obviously, when you are communicating to your people, you'll be able to discover that you see that in their countenance. And when you are seeing that in their countenance, you'll be able to see the kind of feedback from their response. For instance, maybe you are asked, maybe because of your preaching, or you want to make a reference in your Bible and all that. You can just say, okay, why not read Psalm 150 verse 1. You see the response of people. Obviously, then you'll be able to know whether your people are responding towards your message. And that's how you'll be able to assess yourself that people are responding to your message.
Well, as a preacher, it's very necessary and important to study your audience. From their bodily reaction, gestures, facial expressions, you have an idea of what may be. If somebody is puzzled or confused, the countenance of his face will show it or will tell it. Then also, if it's in form of a sort of lecture, then you may, when they ask relevant questions that are related to what you have discussed in that topic, because the more somebody understands, the more he wants to ask questions that may be related to understand even better. And then at the same time, after the lecture, you could throw back questions to the audience to hear their responses and to see if they really get what you have said. And I think by that, you will have a good idea, if they do.
You look at their attentiveness, the way they are looking, the way they listen to you, their eagerness to hear from you. So this will prove to you that they are actually listening to you. And also, when you throw some questions to them, and then the way they react, the way they respond will determine whether they are actually listening to you or not.
Pay attention to their facial expressions, mostly the way they sit down and what they do by the time they sit down. And mostly, some of them may be writing and jotting down, taking notes, and at some time they may just retreat and not write anything. Then you could know that possibly they are not getting it. Then additionally, when you see them, the way they sit, some of them will sit relaxed and then cross-legged and some other things. But for you to know that they really understand the message, you see them sitting down, giving you that kind of eagerness to want to listen to the next thing you want to say. Then by that you know that these people are really following. Then to really determine, you could possibly give a sentence and then expect them to complete the sentence. If they are able to do so, you be able to determine that they are really following you.
Are you in governance?
You need public speaking.
Are you in business?
You need public speaking.
Are you a professional?
You need public speaking.
Now you too can learn how to overcome nervousness and speak with confidence before any audience at the School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking.
Attend our practical and training one-on-one coaching with West Africa's only certified speaking professional at any of our centers in Lagos and Abuja.
To register, call 0802 3032 066 or 0706 1606 078 or log on to our website schoolofeloquence.org. School of Eloquence,
teaching the world to speak.
So, institution building, active participation of citizens in overseeing agencies, demanding results from agencies will transform them gradually into.
Because we encourage state governments to also do BVN check. Now we're finding that some people were not only collecting money in state, but they're also collecting in federal. We're now beginning to identify them and remove them from our payroll. I think with the strategies we have in place, and I don't want to speak too much about the type of work that we do, we are confident that we will clean up our payroll.
Because although there are things we want as a union, particularly things that have to do with the way in which we are oppressed and exploited as workers. Within the workers' organization, there are also things we don't think, people should talk about.
Because my Bible tells me, where there's no vision, the people perish. The Bible never says where there's no money. So there's no cash in connection with leadership. What is important is vision.
Please be seated. I would have you remember that this young man is about to speak to you. But I'm here because I have lived a life of genuine respect for young people. I'll prove that to you. In everything that I've been privileged to do in this nation, I have not achieved as much success in anything as when I recruit and mobilize the efforts of young people.
That the system of government we've chosen, democracy, must make sure that we have the institution that will translate democracy into development, so that the people can see that there is progress in their lives, prosperity in their lives, enlightenment in their lives, security in their lives.
One drug pusher is responsible for the ruination of 200 families, and that's why his country has taken that view.
I am not asking you, and I know you will not, to discriminate against any part of Nigeria, but I am asking you to do justice to all parts of Nigeria. Justice will bring about peace. Peace and stability are the prerequisites of development. Development will bring employment. With employment, you will not have idle people. An idle man is a devil's workshop.
The Senate doesn't have the power to summon the President of the Federal Republic?
No! Section 67 subsection 1 has given the President the discretion to address the National Assembly, either jointly or separately, on any matter of national importance. That's by the President. The President or the Governor of a state cannot be summoned. And that is the Constitution. So, the National Assembly has my sympathy.
Every of the three value chains must remain innovative, dynamic, and responsive. No one must significantly leave the other behind. So we must understand that. So as transmission and generation have gone up, I am convinced that distribution will come, because we know what to do. We know it's transformers to the last mile to your homes. We know it's lines and poles to your homes. We know it's circuit breakers and all of those distribution units to bring the 11 kV and the 33 kV feeders more operational to respond.
His motorcade pulls up and he gets out of the car. And I said, Colonel Garba, I disagree with your position on Angola. And he goes, who said that? I said, me. He said, why? And I begin to tell him why I disagree, and we're talking, and we walk past his secretary and walk straight into his office.
But I think Buhari must also know, and I believe he knows, and we cannot fold our hands and hope that a nation that is so intellectually lazy simply wishes for a Messiah. Now, for goodness sake, Christians may be expecting a Messiah, but even if you are expecting a Messiah, you must have an idea from previous prophecies about what this Messiah is going to look like. So the point is that, because of the dynamic nature of the environment, because of globalization, because of where we are.
And what she really sent me home with a message is that, yes, we have a huge leadership vacuum. It's a crisis, and I don't think that we can get away from that. Diplomacy probably says I shouldn't say these things, but it is about our human dignity, and it is about our rights. And all I want to say to you, Anna, is that I want to be like you when I grow up.
Fantastical Futures is the audaciously inspirational theme of this iteration of the Ake Book Festival. Why do we in today's world dare to hope for a future so fantastic that it can be described as fantastical? The reason is, if I may offer one, that the first is a disdain for introspection, which has just come over time. That capacity for deep thought, and making that the basis of planning and action.
Where is your law? And we had no law. So where is your regulation? And we had no regulation. He said, where is your survey to give us an idea of what mineral you have and where? And we had nothing like that. So then I turned to him, I said, okay, now, you say I was joking. Now I don't want to joke. I want to be serious. So what do I do? He said, first of all, you must have a law. I said, where do I go? He said, go to the World Bank and tell them this is what you need.
In Nigeria, the threat of terrorism in a few states in the northeastern part of the country has proven to be a challenge to national stability. We will spare no effort in addressing this menace. We are therefore confronting it with every resource at our disposal, with due regard for fundamental human rights and the rule of law. Nigeria would like to...
Furthermore, we are going to keep focusing on nutrition for young children. We know the effects of hunger and poor nutrition can last a lifetime. Children stray out of school to earn their bread. It is harder to learn, it's harder to earn a decent...
Speak with power.
Speak with power. Speak with power.
Speak with power.
Speak with power. Speak with power. Powered by School of Eloquence, the home of public speaking.
Thank you for watching today's episode of Speak with Power. I hope you've enjoyed the program, and most importantly, I hope that you have learned a lot in terms of how to improve on your public speaking skills. Marcus T. Cicero once said that a good speech is pointed and impassioned. Whenever you speak, learn to go straight to the point and infuse passion, energy, and excitement into your message. And trust me, it will make a world of a difference. So, let's continue this conversation using all of our various social media handles as displayed on the screen. And let's see how we continue to grow together in our journey towards eloquence. Till then, always remember, the stage is yours. Speak with power.
Speak with Power.